Here from Ashland Leather. I'm back again with another video of some of the stuff that we're shipping out today, and today is a really special day. You're really lucky if you're checking this out because I think I have just about every single type of shell Cordovan color in this batch today, and at the end of the video I've got a special release that I'll mention. But first up here we have a new version of the Frank the Enforcer. It's a tiny bit taller, tiny bit wider to fit some cash on the inside. This one is in an awesome color 8 reverse shell Cordovan. That's super special. I have two of these here to show you a bit of the variation of color that you could expect. Not shell Cordovan, but this is a beautiful English tan Dublin Frank the Enforcer. I've become really fond of this leather in both this English tan Dublin color and the black color. You can see a bit of the color variation that we can expect here. Here's a black Dublin Frank the Enforcer. This is a black reverse shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer, and these are hand glazed, so we get that really awesome subtle luster, and the amount of glazing that we put on here allows them to age really well. So you'll start to see these turn more and more glassy over time. And here's a bit of the variation on some of the reverse shell. You can see these range from a dark green to more of a tan green. Here's a marbled shell, black marbled shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer. And I'm a huge fan of the marbled these days. This one is quite subtle on the back. You can see the range of shades goes from this dark black to a tan to an orangey tan to a little bit of a greenish shade. More of the variation here. Here's the classic color 8 shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer. This is the dark brown burgundy shade that has become synonymous with shell Cordovan. It's classic for a reason, it's super nice. Another classic is the black shell Cordovan. You see a lot of Alden, Allen Edmonds in this black. It's a really clean, sleek look. Here's a fan favorite, whiskey shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer. Whiskey is a slightly darker, more golden yellow shade when compared to the natural. Actually, speaking of natural, let's just compare those two right now. So this is natural in my hand, next to the whiskey. And if you're looking for patina, the natural shell Cordovan is about as good as you can get. The way that these wear in, super stunning. Here's an intense blue Frank the Enforcer. This shade definitely changes directionally, so if you look at that bottom card slot, you can really see how much it changes. This is Amaretto shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer. This one is becoming a fan favorite. This one's becoming a personal favorite of mine. I really like that orangey brown color. And also we do that same parlor trick here where you can see that color just changes dramatically based on what angle you look at it. Pretty cool thing. It's like magic. This is a garnet shell Cordovan Frank the Enforcer. One last Frank the Enforcer today. This is color 8 marbled shell Cordovan. And as I said before, I'm really into the marbled shells right now. I love that random color. And here's another one that to show you how we can expect a bit of variation on these. So we range from a tan to a color 8 burgundy shade to sort of an orangey tan or a reddish tan. So on to the Fat Herbies. I've got a couple Fat Herbies today. This is 100% reverse shell Cordovan, and this is the Color 8 version. So Color 8 reverse, where we've got reverse on the inside, and there's also a reverse exterior. This one is hand glazed, and that's how I prefer it. It has that really nice, subtle luster that is very filled in. And the more you wear this one, the more glassy we'll get, which is why it's special. I also love the random dye splotches that come straight out of the tannery. Here's a 100% reverse shell Cordovan Fat Herbie, and this is the black reverse. You can see it's a rather greenish shade. And this happens because all of the black dye that we use at Horween is a green black, and part of the process when they stain the black shells is dipping it into a barrel. So what happens is the barrel of dye starts to accumulate and get more and more saturated, and the farther we go along in the process, or the farther the shells get in the batch, the darker green you start to see. So this is also hand glazed, and I love that luster. Here's a nice Tony the Ant in intense blue. One color that we did not have in the Franklin Enforcers, this is the ultraviolet shell Cordovan Giant of the Fox. It's a really vibrant, sort of purpley, dark purple shade. And this one has the mock interior. Mock is just a color designation that the tannery gives. I think it's an old world term. It was probably started with the word moccasin, but it's sort of a tan, natural, little bit yellowy shade. And here's an item that is not shell Cordovan. This is a Chrome Excel Bugs Moran. That awesome pull-up effect right down the middle. Well, we went through most of the shell Cordovan colors today, and if you've been following us a bit, you might know what this is. So I have been wearing a Fat Herbie in something I call raw shell Cordovan, and this is raw shell Cordovan. This is the most raw state of shell that we can get. And when I was working on this at Horween, I really wanted something that would develop the most patina possible. And that's exactly what this does. So I have my Fat Herbie that I've been wearing for several months. And this is how the raw shell wears in. And I love it. This is a dream for me, just to have something with the most patina possible. And you can really see how dull it starts. It's got a nice subtle luster with all that awesome character, and the way it ages and develops, it starts to give you your own unique luster. So I haven't brushed this, I have not polished this, I've done nothing to this other than wear it. I throw it in a backpack, I wear it in my pants pockets, but you can really see how much the transformation happens on this amazing raw shell. So I'm super excited about the raw shell. We'll have some items coming up in this pretty soon. But thank you guys so much for checking out all these amazing shell Cordovan colors today, and some of the items we've been shipping. We do this video every day with a bit of the highlights from what we're shipping that day, and I've been having a lot of fun making these. We had a couple visitors today, so thanks Sam and thanks Mike for coming in to give your feedback on these videos. But I plan to do these every day. So if you order something, be on the lookout for your wallet in one of these. And thanks again for checking it out. Take care. Bye.